So we're actually at the end of time. I wanted to ask one more question. We can do it. Everyone can give a quick answer to this question, and that being, what will be the issues of tomorrow impacting the hospitality industry that we should be talking about now? Tam, I'm going to start with you. If you could think of something off the top of your head that fits that.
I guess looking towards the next generation, we want to start understanding their travel habits and what motivates them to want to get out and see the world. The world is constantly shrinking in our eyes, and we're not going to Mars anytime soon, so we have to realize where the next opportunities are across the globe and looking towards third world countries, seeing how we could develop them to make them more marketable destinations.
Nice. Rayon, anything we should be talking about today?
Technology and its impact. With disrupting companies like Airbnb, the cost to the owner, and then obviously that gets passed on to the customer, so that's a concern. And then supply, that's a concern.
Yeah, sure.
Along with technology, just losing, I mean, hospitality is the business of people, and going more towards that technology aspect, you're really losing the core of what we're all in the business for.
Right. Good.
I think we just need to be prepared for whatever our political environment ends up being, and I'm not just speaking to the U.S., but globally. I mean, we are a global industry, and what happens next should something come down the pipeline.
I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Candace, but I think automation in general will be the biggest disruptor, and I think most people view it as something that's really far away, but I think that it's a lot closer than we think, and it'll not only from the guest service perspective, but also from an HR perspective and an employer perspective, how that will look when we suddenly eliminate a lot of these positions.
That's a very good point. Something we could have probably talked about for an hour or so. Sarah?
From the HR perspective, I don't know if it's necessarily an issue, but there's always a war on talent. So how do we attract the best people coming through the pipeline to want to be in this industry, and then particularly in our hotel? I think we're constantly looking at how do we market ourselves from the employee side.
I would say looking at as the world becomes smaller and new markets become, new consumers and new markets have the capability to travel, and how will that affect globally and not just here in the United States, the market and the industry in general.
Ryan?
I agree with the automation thing. That was one of the first things I wrote down. I think that we continue to allow technology to jump into the industry, and it really is about the basics, about serving people and creating experiences that are different and unique, and not taking away the personality of the industry as a whole. Kind of like the Airbnb thing. There's no personality to Airbnb. So, I think that as long as we keep that front and center of our focuses, then I think that the industry as a whole continues to develop and thrive.
Good.
And I want to add on to Sarah's comment about attracting good talent, but also retaining it and lowering that turnover, that negative turnover, where this person fits really well in our company, but they left anyway. So what could we have done proactively to keep them and motivate them?
Last but not least.
I think consistency is really important. It's something that is never easy in the hospitality industry, but especially going against the Airbnbs, I think finding a way to create consistency while also creating a unique experience is really important to get people to be attracted to hotels.
Good. Well, on that note, I want to thank you all again for spending your afternoon with us. It was very insightful. I want to thank Hostmark for being our lovely sponsor, and DePaul University for hosting us. So again, thank you all very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.